What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Sure to like and sub, and let's get into this. It's time for yet another daily reminder that The War of the Rohirrim is not a TV show; it's a movie coming out. Every time I forget this is actually coming out in the theaters. My local theater, I don't even think they're gonna mess around with it because I don't even see it in the upcoming, and I'm in like a Southern California major city, so I don't know. But here we have the opening tracking not looking good for several different reasons. The biggest of which we'll get into it, but spoiler, it's Rings of Power. It ruined the IP, at least right now for everyone. I mean, maybe not ruined, but it has left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouth. But first, let's talk about that December 13th opening for The War of the Rohirrim. Not an anime film, because I've been informed that that's only if it was actually made in Japan. This is Western made, even if it has a famous Japanese anime director that they are certainly going to be marketing it as. Yeah, not looking good. So here we go. 17.5 million is the projected tracking for this. This is from box office analyst Sean Robbins at Box Office Theory. This is early tracking, so this could be updated, but they're guessing somewhere between 15 to 24 million in its opening weekend, and specifically predicts the film will only gross 17.5 million. That's really bad. Now, granted, we don't know exactly how much the budget was, and we've had several different anime experts going over it. But once you add in marketing, they need to make a damn sight more than 17.5. Now, granted, this is just the opening weekend, but yeah. So, all right, let's continue. The anime approach with this prequel is likely to hinder what is usually a broader audience appeal for Lord of the Rings of the franchise. So, yes, the anime approach is one off-putting thing for a lot of the audience that's not into that type of animation. That is true. Now, again, this is just a stylistic choice. I think the bigger thing is what's going to mention in a bit here, but he says still the medium has proven strong even with lesser known titles in the domestic market. So Rings could attract some attention here as a counter player, perhaps not dissimilar to how Godzilla Minus One aided the market last year. All fair points, but I think what they're not taking into account, and Phantom Pulse here points it out, is that unfortunately the Tolkien estate, as currently run by Chris or whatever, and the MGM Studios version of Rings of Power, Lord of the Rings, has just absolutely decimated the love of well, obviously everyone still loves Lord of the Rings and the books and the extended edition. We should all just be watching those. But a lot like Disney Star Wars, I don't know if we're going to calling it Amazon Lord of the Rings, it's ruined a lot of the love for the actual real version of it, in the sense that we'd rather just deal with those. I'd rather just go watch the extended edition of Lord of the Rings than watch anything new. I'd rather just go watch old Disney Star Wars than watch anything new, because we know what's going to happen. And I definitely think that contributes to these lackluster early tracking numbers, because yeah, look at how we left with Rings of Power, 6.9 out of 10. And then as we got to the amount of people reviewing it, that just lower and lower and lower as we went through the series. 84% average, of course, but then the people are saying it's a 49%. Massive decline in watch minutes. It goes on and on and on. Rings of Power has only hurt the IP, from a marketing standpoint, from a word of mouth. You ask me, what do I associate now when I think about Rings of? Unfortunately, look, I even almost said Rings of Power. Lord of the Rings, I have to stop and then separate good Lord of the Rings, which is all the Peter Jacksons, even the Hobbit, and like the Shadows of Mordor and War Games, and then all the dreck, all the trash that's just been ruined. Same thing with Star Wars. When I think of Star Wars now, I have to fucking split my brain into actual Star Wars and whatever the new stuff is, and that definitely applies to when people go, "Hey, you want to watch Lord of the Rings animated?" And they go, "Ugh, it's gonna be like that Rings of Power." Same bad taste in the mouth. And yeah, you just more proof of the ever declining ratings. 53% decline from season 1 to 2 on Rings of Power, and just this doesn't bode well for when people go out to watch a movie and you have these type of associations with them. And yeah, and this we'll leave on this. We all sort of called it that the boss bitch redhead, the unnamed daughter of Helm Hammerhand, that they immediately focused in on, that if she was important, Tolkien would have had a developed backstory. She's not important, so she didn't have one. But of course, they made one. In a YouTuber Archcast here saying, basically saying that it's a bait and switch movie, which I think we could all guess. That they're trying, it's just a girl boss movie, and then they're going to use connections to past events and stories, and use Aowen voice actor Miranda Otto is going to do the voiceover. It's just to do message, unfortunately, and that's a Philippa Boyan's decision. So I don't know. I'm not looking forward to this. Apparently, I'm not alone based on the predicted tracking. I know Gary saw this movie, and he posted a Theoden clip of him looking at Grima Wormtongue, and did not look happy. So I'm gonna assume he didn't enjoy himself. Either way, wait for that review. Are you gonna watch War of the Rohirrim? Are you? Let me know. Either way, make sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're gonna do that, thank you.
Well, bye.